Hello everybody, Collier Swecker in Birmingham, Alabama. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. I'm just out here in the beautiful countryside near the Warrior River here in Birmingham. Just got done listing a house out here, beautiful house, right on the water. So anyway, wanted to talk to you a little bit about closing costs and prepaid items and really the difference between the two, because I think unfortunately many agents and consumers have and sellers have a difference of opinion as to what they are, but there's a clear definition and a clear distinction between the two of them. You know, a closing cost is any item or cost that's incurred to actually close the transaction. Most of those would be a commission, a bank loan fee of some kind, an origination fee, a credit repair fee, or credit report fee. Hopefully you had the credit repair before you bought the house. But any fee like that, attorney's fees, title insurance, courier fees, those type fees are closing costs. Those are fees that you have to pay. If this transaction is going to close, you got to pay them at closing. Now, prepaid items are a little different. These are items that you would have paid regardless. If you had paid cash, these are items that you would still have paid, such as insurance, such as prepaid interest that you're paying on a loan. These are because that interest relates to after you own the property, and you would have owed that interest, or you would have gotten homeowners insurance anyway. They're not required to close the loan. The insurance may be a requirement, but it's still a prepaid item in that you would have still had to gotten insurance, generally speaking, if you had paid cash for the property. And generally speaking, that's why a lot of banks, institutional lenders, and folks that are selling foreclosures typically will pay your closing costs, but sometimes not your prepaid items. And even I've seen some sellers that say, I'll pay some closing costs, but I'm not paying any of your prepaids. And their thought there is it's irrelevant to them. It's irrelevant to the close of the transaction. And, you know, if you have a good realtor, like those found at RE/MAX Advantage or the Mega Agent Real Estate team, we always write in there, if we're going to ask for closing costs, that they pay for closing costs and prepaid items. And most of the time, unless they're one of the exceptions I mentioned just a few minutes ago, they will pay them. And although oftentimes I've seen it written, and I've seen agents that have written that they're to pay all closing costs, or they're to pay X amounts. And you know what the closing attorney does? Hey, surprise! They read the exact language of the contract, and the contract says closing costs, and he cannot include prepaid items in the amount that the seller is going to contribute. And as a result, even if you asked for $3,000 and it was $2,500 in closing costs, $500 is still sitting on the table because your realtor did not write the clause properly to include closing costs and prepaid items. If you have questions or comments, you can reach me, Collier Swecker, at Collier@MegaAgentRealEstate.com. Have an awesome day.